All right, so we're going to do the mouth today, and I'm going to do the mouth for this demo on another sheet of paper since it's being recorded. But I want to point out a few things in here on the actual face so we can get started together. So remember, first thing I'm checking is the top of my head the same size as the bottom of my head. So eyes to the top of my head, does that match eyes to my chin? Okay, secondly, my nose should be inside corners of the eyes, and my mouth is going to be a little bit wider than that. So I have halfway as my eyes. Let's check this again. Eyes to nose, nose to chin. This should be another half. And then I find out what's left over between my nose and my chin. And in the middle of that, halfway is going to be my mouth. Okay, and then double check. Nose to that line, is that the same as that line to the chin? Make sure it's halfway. Now we're going to take the center of the eyes, right there through the center, make a little mark here. Center of the eye going down. This is the mouth. Remember, the mouth is wider than the nose. So we're going to put our mouth inside this space. The mouth does not go below this line. This is the space for your chin. So make sure you leave this completely empty. Okay, so we're going to do this on another page. Let's go over here and let's do our mouth. All right, so I have that line and I make those little marks. This is the corner of my mouth. Remember, this is my eye. I know, crazy little, oops. My eyes were here. My nose was in here. Look at my crazy little face. Okay, so nose was to the corner of the eyes. My nose would be this big. Eyes are here. Center of the eyes, center of the eyes. This is my line for the mouth. Okay, so on this mouth line, here is how we start. The mouth is going to go in the space above the line. Step number one is give yourself two little dots in the space, not on the line, in the space for the corners of your mouth. Then I want you to take a look at that picture again of your mouth. So the two dots are for this corner and this corner. Now, as I zoom in, I want to look for this line that goes between the lips. That's the line that I want to draw. Where does it curve down? Where does it curve up? What does that line do? Remember, it's in this space. So I'm going to go through here and I'm going to draw that line as I see it. So go straight, line dips down, comes up, dips again, comes up, dips again. Right, find that crease between your two lips, where your two lips meet. What does that line do? And it might have several bumps. It really depends on the shape of your lips. It might be a relatively single smooth line. And I want you to make this line, once you get it sketched in, go back and add that pretty dark because it's the crease between your lips. It's an opening. So we want that to be nice and bold. And that, my friends, is the only line that you're going to put for the lips. Right? Like some people draw the outside outline of the lips. Not true. This is the only bit of the lips that you're going to do. So now we're going to look at the top lip. The top lip, it depends on what your lips look like, but where does that top lip show up? Now my top lip doesn't start right away. It dips under and then it shows up. For some of you, it starts right away. So for me, I need to go in a little bit and then my lip starts. And I want you to do this with really soft shading. Do your lips have a strong angel's bow like this? Do your lips have a single smooth line? Is it just a curve like a sunrise? And where do your lips disappear? Some of you have a bigger upper lip and some of you have a bigger lower lip. But I want you to draw what you see. So I'm going to adjust this. There we go. And then I'm going to fill this in with just some value. And I don't want there to be a heavy outline. I really don't want that to happen. But I want to make that as even as possible. And I notice for me, it's a little bit darker over here in the corners, so I'm going to add some value there. It's a little darker over here. And this part of my lip is a little bit darker. Okay. So you're going to add the shading, and then I want you to take your blending stick and smooth it out. The lips are just skin. It's skin that is a little thinner, and so you see more blood vessels, and that's why it's darker, but it's just skin. So we don't want to outline it. We want it to be able to blend away. And I can use my smudgy blending stick to kind of add these corners to my mouth. where I have some value, and I can blend that out and start to give shape for whatever I see happening over here in the corners. And then once my blending stick's a little bit cleaner, I can just blend this edge, because the top of your lip really just fades away. Everything is super, super smooth. Let that focus. Okay. We're going to go back in. You can darken this line if you need to. Add any shading for areas it needs to get darker. Now your top lip is always going to be darker than your bottom lip because it catches more shadow. The bottom lip sticks out a little bit more, and so it's a little bit lighter. So now I want you to check the shape of your bottom lip. My bottom lip is a little bit wider, and I'm going to draw the curve of this bottom lip super, super light. And I'm not going to cross that line. Now on the bottom lip, I'm only going to shade where I really need value in here. So I'm going to shade inside the crease. And I'm going to shade a little bit on these corners where I see some value. And then I'm going to blend that out. And the bottom lip is going to be a little bit lighter. Now, if you did what I just did, and your lip is almost empty and invisible, you might need to go back and add a little bit more. A little bit more pencil, a little bit more value. Oh no, I have a line underneath here. I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to go back and I add a little bit more shading on here just to help make that line disappear. Fuzzy, 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 fuzzy. All right, so just smooth that out. So I'm going to try and get the camera to refocus here for a second. Refocus, refocus. There we go. Lips are really smooth. Top lip is a little bit darker. Bottom lip is a little bit lighter. And I'm just going to check anywhere where I have more shadow on any part of my lips. And if I have more shadow in a spot, or if I have more shadow in the creases of my mouth, I go back with my pencil and I add those in, and I really try and get the shape the way I need it to be. And again, I blend, blend, blend. All right, now if you have a really pronounced chin, this is the time when you might want to do a little bit of shading here for the ball of your chin. Have this little shadow underneath your lip. Start to help define that chin and blend it in. All right, in class, I'm going to do this on my real face and kind of post that. But on this one, let's refocus. I'm just trying to get some value and some shading. Okay, I want it to be just a little bit of shadow here, really fuzzy edges all the way around. The only sharpness is this line that goes right between your lips. Last little thing, from the inside crease of your lips, add any lines that you need just for texture. Not too many, or you're going to seem like you have old man and old lady lips, but just a little bit to give it some texture. You're going to have some that come up, and I would say only on the biggest ones that you see. And if you find that they're just kind of getting a little bit strange and like kind of looks, too old, then just take your blending stick and soften them just ever so slightly. You want just a few creases, just like inside the eye that we give it some texture. On your lips, you want to give it just a little bit of texture there too. And that's it.